Beneath the surface of our structured lives, there is a pulse that no longer matches the ticking of the clock on the wall. We have been conditioned to believe that the 12-month calendar is an objective reflection of the universe, but in reality, it is a cage built of ink and parchment. If you look closely at the Latin roots of our months, the cracks in the facade begin to show. September means 7. October means 8, November means 9, December means 10, yet they sit as the 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th months of our year. This linguistic ghost is the evidence of a crime, a reminder that the sequence was forcibly shifted, shoved out of alignment to accommodate the egos of emperors who demanded their names, July and August, be immortalized in the stars. The disappearance of the 13th month was the first great disconnection. When humanity lived by the 13-month, 28-day cycle, every month started on a Monday and ended on a Sunday. Every date fell on the same day of the week, every single year. It was a masterpiece of predictability and mental ease. But order of that magnitude is dangerous to those who profit from chaos. By breaking the symmetry, the architects of our modern calendar created temporal friction. This friction keeps us off balance, forcing us to constantly check our phones and planners just to know where we stand in the stream of time. It turned time from a natural resource into a commodity that must be managed. Think of the psychological toll of living in a system that defies nature. The moon completes its journey around our planet 13 times a year, pulling the tides and guiding the migration of species. For millennia, the human biological clock was synced to this lunar conductor. When we erased the 13th month, we didn't just change the date, we induced a permanent state of jet lag on the entire human race. We are forced to operate within a framework that ignores the very celestial mechanics that created us. This is why the Sunday scaries and the Monday blues feel like a universal weight. We are trying to fit a circular existence into a jagged, 12-sided box. The suppression of this knowledge was reinforced by a masterful campaign of superstition. For centuries, the number 13 has been draped in a shroud of bad luck and darkness. We skip the 13th floor in buildings. We fear Friday the 13th. But this fear wasn't born of the supernatural. It was manufactured. If you make a number evil, people will stop asking why it was removed from their calendars. They will stop looking for the missing 28 days. The unlucky 13 is perhaps the most successful propaganda campaign in human history, designed to ensure we never look back at what we lost. In the early 20th century, the International Fixed Calendar League fought a desperate battle to restore the 13th month. They had the backing of world leaders and some of the greatest scientific minds of the era. They argued that the 12-month system was a relic of the Middle Ages, an inefficient burden on the modern world. For a moment, it looked as though the veil might be lifted, but the resistance was quiet and immense. Banking institutions, religious bodies, and conservative governments realized that a simplified, natural calendar would empower the individual. It would make life too simple, too easy to understand. They preferred a world where time remained a complicated mystery, a web of varying days and leap years that requires an expert to navigate. So we continue to march to a broken beat. We celebrate anniversaries on dates that shift against the stars, and we plan our futures using a map that was drawn to confuse us. We are the only species on Earth that has forgotten how to tell time. The 13th month remains hidden in plain sight, reflected in the cycles of the moon and the rhythms of our own blood. We are told that time is a straight line, moving ever forward, but the truth is that time is a circle, one that we have been forbidden to complete. As we look toward a future of high-speed technology and interstellar travel, we must ask ourselves, can we truly move forward while living a lie? We have conquered the atom and mapped the genome, yet we are still tethered to a calendar that was designed to keep peasants in their place. The 13th month is not just a historical curiosity, it is the key to a version of humanity that is in harmony with the cosmos. Until we reclaim the missing month, we will always be searching for a sense of peace that the 12-month year can never provide. The calendar is the ultimate silent master, and as long as we follow it blindly, we remain prisoners of a time that was never ours to begin with. The truth is waiting, just behind the thin veil of the Gregorian lie. The moon is still there, counting the months we refuse to acknowledge. The 13th month didn't go anywhere. It is still happening every year, right under our noses. A month of silence, a month of truth, a month that belongs to no empire. We were told it was deleted to bring order to the world, but the reality is much simpler. They didn't make the 13th month disappear because it didn't work. They made it disappear because it worked too well.